Welcome to Hidden Pearls, where we are privy to pearls of wisdom from people we know and admire. I am your host, Wynter Patterson, and today we have the pleasure of interviewing someone who is an author, an entrepreneur, philanthropist, global humanitarian, pastor of St. John's Church, and pastor of the infamous Beyonce. Welcome, Pastor Rudy Rasmus. Pastor Rudy, thank you for being here today.
It's good to be here, Wynter. Good to be with you. I've been out here a long time, and I've been on the road and on this path for even longer. Mm-hmm. So, you know, it doesn't seem like it's a lot, mm-hmm. but it's it's been an interesting journey. Let's put it like that.
And you have some help with your wife,
yeah,
co-pastors with you.
Yeah, you know, I got really, I'm super fortunate. Mm-hmm. I met a woman who actually saved my life many years ago. Yeah. 35 years ago, actually.
I love the fact I read that she prayed Psalms 1 over you.
Yeah.
For 3 years.
No, 5.
5 years.
Yeah, man. I'm a hard case.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really tough case.
That is long-suffering personified.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
Blessed is Rudy. She would put my name in it.
Mm-hmm.
Blessed is Rudy, who walks not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor stands in the way of sinners, nor sits in the seat of the scornful. And what she didn't do is she didn't tell me she was praying that for me. Mm. Yeah.
She quietly
just prayed it for me.
Prayed it for you.
Yeah. You know, she didn't try to modify me. Didn't try to change me. And I think in a unique way, she knew that if change was going to be lasting, mm-hmm. it would have to be change that would happen for me mm-hmm. As a decision, mm-hmm. Not as an influence. Yeah.
And that actually brings me to, I read somewhere that you have this beautiful definition of love, which I think you just described.
Yeah.
And what is your definition of love?
Yeah, you know, I've always felt this, and really just recently put words to it mm-hmm. in my last book. But I believe love is allowing a person to be who, even what they choose for themselves, without any insistence that they meet my expectations. Hmm. I have another definition for an expectation as well. Mm-hmm. And I believe that an expectation, especially when it's undisclosed, is a premeditated resentment. So if I'm ever, when I encounter you.
That's deep.
Yeah.
I had to tell the audience, like, that's deep. Y'all listening.
I'm telling you.
Wow. And how do you overcome that? Is that just
transparency? Yeah.
Now, you have had the pleasure of pastoring Beyonce, who we know as one of the greatest entertainers of all time. Mm-hmm. What is it like to know that you are entrusted to help develop someone who would defy odds and do the things that she's done?
Ever since I've known Beyonce, mm-hmm. She was preparing for this moment. One of the most focused, when she was a child, mm-hmm. one of the most focused entertainers mm-hmm. as a child that I've ever seen. Mm-hmm. You know, she didn't just start dancing a few weeks ago. Her mom would probably say she was dancing in the womb. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. When she popped out, she didn't just start singing a few weeks ago.
Right.
But she would sing in her mom's salon, mm-hmm. Beauty salon, mm-hmm. like it was the biggest stage she's been on.
Wow.
This past year.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I tell people all the time. You know, when a person is living in their purpose, mm-hmm. It's nothing really unique about Beyonce, other than she decided what her goal was going to be, mm-hmm. and refused to allow anything to stop her from achieving that goal.
That makes a lot of
hard work. Mm-hmm. Most folk don't want to work hard.
Mm-hmm. No.
Most folk want the benefit,
mm-hmm.
but the effort is what normally separates the great ones from those who just make it.
It's good. Now, you're still spiritual advisor to Beyonce.
Yeah, we're family. So here in Houston, we've built housing for previously homeless people.
Yes.
Created a center, but throughout the year, that center provides just a lot of resources to senior adults and to hungry people.
Good.
You know, so this work that we're involved in, Beyonce and her family over the years have just been supportive of this work.
And I understand that she quietly is always giving. Like we saw her come down for Harvey, and she did she was there and she was able to speak to people. But from what I understand, she's quietly always supporting the Bread of Life.
Oh yeah,
and different projects around Houston.
She called and said she wanted to do something. Called back and said, "Why don't you bring 400 affected families together, just for lunch? But don't tell them why they're coming to lunch. Just invite them to lunch and say this is, just something to lift the 400 families' spirits." So 400 families, not hard to find in the wake of Harvey.
It was not.
Right. 400 families came to the church, came into the building. We had a great lunch. She walked in the room, and it was really, I've been around her a long time, but this was the first time I really felt the oxygen leave the room. She walked through the door, and these 400 people who had just really been through some very challenging times. That door opened, and they saw her, and I could tell in that instant they didn't believe it was her.
They couldn't believe it.
They couldn't believe it. She took about 275 selfies.
And I certainly would have took selfies because Beyonce is my favorite. She's my future best friend.
Right.
Remember I said that. Now, many people, and not necessarily me, but a lot of people feel like Beyonce pushes the envelope with the way that she dresses, some of the symbolism, some of the lyrics. As her pastor and spiritual advisor, what are your thoughts on that?
I'm asked the question all the time, and I have one answer. That's entertainment. The critics can talk, but at the end of the day, that brand is still standing on its own.
It is.
Now, church people criticize me a lot.
Okay.
They really do.
Yeah.
And they can. And that's okay.
Right.
I'm cool.
Because you're still changing lives, and that's what matters.
Yeah. I'm probably less controversial.
Yeah, but I think that you're consistent though.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
And that to me, if you consistently show that your brand is love, then say what you want. I'm consistent. I'm doing what God called me to do.
Exactly. Thank you.
Yeah. Now you're pastoring, you're spiritual advising, you're traveling all over the country, and you recently opened a coffee shop. Through good coffee, changing lives through good coffee. How's that been going?
So here's the deal. I don't really office at the church. I never have. I have an attention deficit, so I have to move around a lot.
I read that about you, that you have severe ADHD, or you used to.
I still do. Yeah, man. It's the deck of cards I was given. But I move around a lot. I never had an office at the church, but I've always. So here's the deal. My spiritual gift is hanging out. That's what I do.
Okay.
I hang out.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, I'm with people all the time, every day.
That's right.
So, but one of them convinces me that I should open my own coffee shop since I like to hang out in coffee shops so much. And I listened to this cat, and I did, and we just finished our first year, and it's really been fun.
Very good. Well, we're grateful to have you, and you have been an awesome person to interview.
Cool.
I feel like I've got my own pearls of wisdom. I probably watched this 3 or 4 times. Just the whole understanding of love and expectations. I think that was amazing, and allowing people to just be. Which allows you to pastor someone like Beyonce. That understanding. So. Well, you have been an awesome guest.
Hey,
thank you so much for coming. We wish you continued success.
Thank you.